Hey folks, today is Friday, August 23rd. All right. Good to know. Well, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was saying that today is Friday, August 23rd. It is 10:24 a.m. and the temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius. And this is one of the least busy subway stations in Toronto, being Glencairn Station. And there's the southern exit up to Viewmount Avenue. We are right here, and what's interesting is on the west side, between Eglinton West and Lawrence West, there is a stop called Glenclairn. But over on the much busier and more populated east side, there is no stop between Eglinton and Lawrence. Made extra bizarre by what a low density neighborhood this is in. And for this one, I'm going to be heading up to street level and then making my way over to Marlee Avenue, and then I'll be heading up to Lawrence, and then I'll be heading over to Dufferin Street and up to an Enterprise Rent-A-Car where I need to pick up a car as I need it for later tonight. This station features this beautiful artwork. It opened back in 1978, back when this was the borough of North York. And it was part of a subway extension from St. George up to Wilson. And the lack of people here is not uncommon. I think out of 75 stations, this is in the bottom 10 in terms of passenger volume. And the escalator here will be back in service August 30th. Which Hedberg was wrong. The escalator can break, and it doesn't just become stairs when they close it off. I think due to slow zones implemented by the TTC, the trains running southbound through here run at that pathetically slow clip. So this is going to take us up to Glenclairn Avenue. There's the 14 bus right there. And there's a look at Allen Road. What was originally to be the Spadina Expressway. And the subway runs between the north and southbound lanes of the Allen Road here. I see a train pulling in on this side. that is going. Riding anywhere on the TTC subway network has been extremely painful as of late. The TTC's implemented a number of slow zones due to a lack of proper track maintenance. Name another subway network on Earth as poorly run as this one. I think you'll find that a tough challenge. And this is the Glen Park neighborhood. It's a low-density, mostly residential neighborhood, which makes the subway station all that more bizarre. Although, fortunately, there's some denser residential developments popping up along Marlee, which is where we're heading to. A lot of that construction at the station was due to adding elevator access and making it accessible. The Toronto Theosophical Society, founded in 1891. So Glenclairn Avenue here runs for about 5.5 kilometers. Between Yonge Street to the east, which is behind me, and Caledonia to the west. And it sits, or Marlee Avenue coming up, sits between Eglinton Avenue to the south and Lawrence Avenue, where we're heading to the north. It's a street I've only covered a few times on this channel before. Figured I have a car booked for 11 a.m. and it's about a half an hour walk from here up to the Enterprise on Dufferin, so why not bring the camera along? I could have taken the 29 Dufferin bus right there. Or got off at Lawrence West Station. So this is Marlee Avenue. Little Jamaica sits just to the south of here along Eglinton. It's definitely got the feeling of an ungentrified area. You would never guess there was a subway stop just a few minutes along the street. There's a place called Miami Wings. I don't normally think of wings when I think of Miami. Costa Goodness, a variety store, cannabis shop. So we're going to be going north up to Lawrence. And this is Glen Park Avenue, and the Airbnb where Action Kid was staying when he was here. It's just off in that direction. In fact, I uploaded an e-scooter ride from Yonge and Eglinton over to where he was staying. It's an odd configuration, having these garages just facing the street. think Marlee Avenue is served by one rather infrequent bus. We'll see if we can catch it. And it's interesting that Glenclairn Station isn't even connected to the Allen Road. There's an overpass over the Allen Road and subway corridor. And that really kind of decimated the neighborhood as it broke a lot of east-west connections when they built that. This is really kind of a bizarre street. It doesn't really know what it wants to be. There's, what I assume are high-value, low-density residential homes. There's medium and high-density condos going in. There's retail strips. A painted line masquerading as a bike lane. As they say, paint is not infrastructure. You can see this street here, Coldstream Avenue, was one of the ones that was disconnected when they built the Allen. And they don't even have sidewalks on that street. But off in the distance, in the center of the shot, is the former Lawrence Square Shopping Center. I think it's now known as the Lawrence Allen Center. I did a video through there last year. And hey, look. It's the 109 Marlee bus heading down to Eglinton West Station. An oddly shaped park, Wenderley Park. And this is the kind of density we don't have enough of in this city. Just these 3-story walk-ups, something you will find in Montreal galore. So I'm going to need to make a left at Lawrence Avenue West coming up. Someone's thrown. I think the bus on Marlee is only about every 20 minutes or so. And at Lawrence is Lawrence West Subway Station, which would be just to the right. the Lawrence Allen Center straight ahead. Let me check the weather. It is still saying it's 20 degrees, but it feels a bit warmer than that. There's a Petro-Canada. Good to know. I might need that when I'm bringing back the rental car. I hate doing that song and dance of trying to put it back to where it was. Often the needle is at like half or 3/4 or some random spot. And you ask that you bring the car back with the needle in the same spot. We've got a crossing light here. So you could enter the Allen Road just over there, and Lawrence West Station is just to the right. Looks like there's a lot of construction going on, perhaps another accessibility project. As we're now going west on Lawrence Avenue West. And just to the north of here is the Lawrence Heights neighborhood, once dubbed the Jungle. I've done a video through there before. That's one of the largest public housing developments in the city. There's a place, Yummy Tummy all-day breakfast, the First Nations Medicine Lodge, Bull Market. It's always interesting when you see a lack of corporate tenants. On the right opened, I think, back in 1989 and has around 120 stores, anchored by Canadian Tire. And this part of Lawrence Avenue West is very much what you would call a strode. I like these housing units. I just wish there was a retail frontage on the main street. And this is Blossomfield Drive. So if I wanted to, I could take a shortcut, or at least a detour, going straight up into Lawrence Heights, and then we could go left, pop out at Dufferin, and I'll be pretty much where Enterprise is. Suburban-style office park, home to CIBC, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. That is a sprawling suburban office park style development. And Lawrence here is well served by the Lawrence bus. It's got a very high frequency. And you could even go right to Pearson Airport on Lawrence via the TTC. Residential development. It's called Liberty Walk. These are the parts of Toronto I've been accused of not recording often enough, or not giving fair representation on the channel relative to the busier nodes in downtown and midtown. And I do like to record in these areas from time to time, but I personally don't find them all that interesting or pleasant to walk around. I don't mean any offense by that, but I think the more urban a neighborhood, the more walkable it is, and the more things are visually stimulating. This is a lot of concrete and fast-moving vehicles. I guess it's the scale I'm not really a huge fan of. I think that's the leading reason why you don't see too many people out on foot. There's just not as many third places for them to go to. A third place being a place that's not your home or your work, like a cafe or a park or just anywhere you can shop at. But not far from here is Yorkdale Mall. Barbershop, pharmacy, nails. And we've made it to Dufferin, which is well served by the 29 Dufferin bus. Another very strody strode. And Highway 401 is just to the north of here. And this development's been here for a while, but it doesn't look like they've filled it up with retail tenants yet. dentistry. I think the rental car shop is coming up in a few blocks. Orifice Road, a street known for a lot of discount and factory outlet style retailers, is just north of here. There's also a big bowling alley around the corner. Big Belly Greek street food. I had a Mike Myers voice reading that one to me in my head, in a Scottish accent. Mexican candy. There's a neat find. So I think what I'll be doing is a driving video and possibly a driving live stream while I have the car. That may or may not be on the channel by the time you see this. And there was at least a development like this near Yonge and Eglinton that made way for a new development. And I was kind of sad to see it go because I thought the stacked design was kind of neat. There's a lot of great retailers in that plaza near Yonge and Eglinton that was like this. But I don't think these developments can be allowed in their current form because they're not wheelchair accessible, you'll notice. They'd have to do a better job building ramps. I think we're unlikely to see more developments like that reappear. There's a Staples, a Swiss Chalet. Used to be a really famous deli just to the north of here on the left. I think it was called Katz's. I remember seeing it growing up. There's Mira's place. And we have reached my destination, Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So this video was a little bit on the short side, but we got to check out some areas I don't record all that often. So I hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. I wonder if that's going to be my chariot. I think the bowling alley is either along this street or the next one. I think it's the next one. And we're only, well, no, there it is. I see the big bowling pin, Playtime Bowl. Oops. Again, we're not far from Yorkdale Mall. There's a 29 Dufferin. Anyways, I've got a car to go pick up. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.